Hi everyone, congratulations! You made it through your first week of college of the semester, and you are ready to head into week 2. So, what I'd like to start off by saying is that technically the 18th is a holiday. So, if you don't want to do any work that day, don't do any work that day. But you will have this module available to you starting with the beginning of the semester. So, you're welcome to work ahead, or you're welcome to wait until the 19th and start week 2 module then. So, let's go ahead and check out our to-do list. And so here you're also going to find our navigation video once it's been completed. And you're also going to see our handy little checklist. So you're going to see a few assignments this week, as well as an assignment that you're going to have due on the 31st. So you're going to have a couple weeks to complete this part of the week, but I wanted to introduce you to this assignment early so that you do have enough time to be confident in completing it. So let's go ahead and dive into our work. So here you're going to see your first assignment, and I'm really excited about this one because legislation is not always the favorite topic in this class. It can feel overwhelming, it can feel irrelevant for some students, but I guarantee you, knowing the legislation will really support your understanding of the why we do this work and why children with unique needs have the right to be supported and included in their environment and in every environment. So what I have developed for you are 4 videos to really support your understanding of special education legislation and the history of special education. I love these videos that this special education teacher has developed. He really does an incredible job of explaining legislation. I also have created my own video that you'll see in your Play Pause It quiz, but I really want to give you other voices and other ways of explaining it so that it really helps that you understand it. I know that some of it might seem repetitive, but I guarantee hearing it more than once is not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you. So what I want you to do with these videos is watch them, of course, but I'd also like you to summarize them once you've watched them. So although there's 4 videos, I'm going to show you these last 2 videos, People First Language and then Rosa's Law. These 2 videos are related, so you can summarize these 2 videos in 1 paragraph. And then each of these top 2 videos is going to be a paragraph each. So a paragraph for this first video, a paragraph for the second video, and then a paragraph for the last 2 videos total. So you're going to have 3 paragraphs totals of summary. And I want to clarify what a paragraph is. And I hate that I have to do this, but I want to make sure that everyone is clear on the instructions. A paragraph is at least 6 to 8 completed sentences. So these are not 3 to 4 word sentences. These are academic sentences. So I really want to make sure that you're understanding these videos and you're understanding the legislation. You could really write an entire paper on each of these videos, but I really want to just make sure that you have a foundational grasp of the legislation. Another thing I want to make sure that you do is to make sure that you're summarizing these in your own words. So not just simply copying what these videos are saying verbatim, word for word, but telling me how you understood it. Talk about something that you found really interesting. Focus on something that you didn't know before watching these videos. And that's what I want you to write about. So at least 6 to 8 sentences. per paragraph, 3 paragraphs total. And this is due on Sunday. Okay. Now let's look at our next assignment, which is your Play Pause It lecture. Your Play Pause It lecture quiz is going to be similar to your Play Pause It lecture quiz from last week, except this one is going to focus on legislation. So it functions similarly. You're going to have multiple attempts. You can open and close it as you need to. Typically, there's going to be about 10 questions, which are 2 points each, but same rules apply, just different topic and different lecture. Okay, so that is this assignment, and it is due on Sunday at 11:59 as well. Now you're going to see for your last assignment due this week is going to be in preparation for that big law pamphlet assignment that you're going to have due in 3 weeks. Now I know you're probably thinking, it's week 2 and we already have a group assignment. Yes, I want you to start getting to know each other right away. An online environment can feel really isolating, and I want to make sure that you are meeting your classmates and you're getting to know people that you might work with professionally one day. So in saying that, I have separated you into groups of 2 or 3, and I want you to use this discussion to plan for your final project, your final law pamphlet. So what you're going to do in this specific discussion is every person needs to come up with the law that you're considering writing about and really assign duties. So who's going to do what, who is going to submit it at the very end, talk about formatting, plan for working together, who's going to get you started. This is my way of seeing you communicate with your group, and it's my way of monitoring that communication. So you're only communicating with the 3 people automatically. You don't have to look for your group. When you post your reply right here, it's only going to your group members, and only your group members are going to be able to reply back. So you don't have to worry about looking for your group at all. This is also your way of introducing yourselves to each other. So, hey, I'm in a group with you. Who are you? Here's my contact information. Or you can just contact each other through this discussion post. So that's your goal here, is really getting started on your law pamphlet. Now, here are some rules. So what I want you to do is have at least 3 different communication attempts for each person. And when I say communication attempts, that's not, hey, what's up? It's here's some helpful information. Here's the law I've chosen. Here's why I chose it. What law are you going to do? Here's the intended audience that I'm thinking about designing the pamphlet for. What do you think? So it has to contribute in some way to the group project. So you're going to reply to the initial prompt by Friday at 11:59, and then make sure you get your responses into your peers by Sunday at 11:59. Okay. Now, want to make sure you know what you're talking about. So here is the description for what you are supposed to do with this law pamphlet group project. So you're going to be learning about a lot of different laws this week, and what I want you to do is practice sharing this information with families. And families might not have all the professional jargon or words that you have and that you just learned. So I want you to really create this pamphlet using user-friendly language. So here are some steps that I'd like you to take in making this pamphlet. First, give your pamphlet a catchy title like Know Your Rights. And then each group member is going to choose their own piece of legislation, so their own law. And if you're a group of 2, you're going to have 2 laws. If you're a group of 3, you're going to have 3 laws. Okay. You will not be copying and pasting the laws into your pamphlet. You're going to be summarizing in your own words what this law means for families. Okay. The law pamphlet is to be designed for a specific audience. So maybe you're designing it for families of children with autism. Now, that doesn't necessarily need to change the laws that you're including, but it will maybe change the images. And maybe you're only looking at legislation specific for autism, but you could do overarching special education legislation as well, like the ADA or the IDEIA. So all of these are appropriate as long as it's specific to special education. Okay. Let's see, or disability law in general. Okay. Let's see. If you are fluent in a second or third language, I encourage you to translate the law. How awesome would it be to translate a piece of legislation for an audience that doesn't typically have a lot of information in their home language? So if that is a possibility, go for it. Please don't use Google Translate, because I guarantee you it does not translate laws accurately, and I can always tell when it's not translated accurately. So only do this if you are completely fluent. Okay. Let's move forward. What I'd also like you to do is add relevant visuals to your pamphlet. So what I mean by relevant visuals, if you are, let's say you're writing about ADA requirements and you put a child on a skateboard. Technically, that's not related. It's not relevant to your topic. So make sure your visuals are not only relevant, but they're also diverse. So pay attention to what images you have and what your images say about who your target audience is. Okay. Lastly, I'd like you to include at least 3 references where the community can find more information on the laws you summarize. So if you went to a specific website, if maybe it's an advocacy group, what I'd like you to do is make sure you provide all of that information on your pamphlet somewhere. And then really lastly, please remember to put your name on your pamphlet. I will not give credit to anyone whose name is not on the pamphlet. So whoever participated on this pamphlet, their names need to go on there. I don't want to not give you points, so please put your name on it. And then by Sunday, the 31st of January, one person is going to upload this document. So it could be any person within your group, but I only need one person to upload it, and then it shows as an upload for everyone in the group. Okay. I have some tutorials if this is your first time completing something like this. So I have a tutorial on how to complete it in Word. And then I also have a link within the week 2 module on how to do a Google Doc. I also have a couple really amazing examples from last semester that these groups have given me permission to share these with you all because they did such an incredible job. So it's really a great way to see my expectations is to check out these. Although this video talks about printing your pamphlet, we are not going to be meeting at any point this semester, so you do not need to print this. You're only uploading either a Word or a Google document. Okay. And when you are uploading something, please make sure if it's Google that you have given me permission to see it. Okay, there's the Google Docs instruction and your week 2 closing statement. One more week down. Hope it's a great one. See you next week.